G'day guys, Dog here. I'd like to welcome you all back to the channel. In today's video we'll be ranking every legend on a tier list and then discuss who they may nerf and who they may buff in Season 5. So guys, before we get into that, I'd like to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel with the notification bell turned on. I really do appreciate it. But anyway guys, let's get into the video. So I'm sure you guys know how these videos work, that I'll rank all the legends within these brackets of D, C, B, A, and then S tier obviously being the top tier. Now guys, we will start with what I believe is the worst legend in Apex, and the only legend that I have classed in the D bracket, which is Mirage. Now, I think we all know that Mirage needs a buff, and has needed a buff for a long time. However, developers have already mentioned that Mirage will be getting a change up in Season 5. And the rumours making the rounds are that his ultimate will change to the dance party ability that we saw in the Dummies Big Day game mode in the Grand Soiree. Now if you haven't seen this ability, what happens is that when he uses his ultimate, 6 decoys appear as per usual as his normal ultimate, but they mimic the movements that you are making at the same time. So if you kick or drop to the ground or whatever you do as Mirage, they will be copied by the decoys. Next on this tier list, we move to the C tier, where we start with Octane. Now again, I don't think there is a big surprise here, however Octane is still a much more accomplished legend than Mirage. Octane is a really good legend to use if you're planning on having some fun or trying to get some high kill games. However, his use in competitive and ranked play are basically non-existent. Unfortunately, Octane's abilities don't allow him to become a high tier legend, and is why I believe he needs a rework more than a buff to make him more useful in Season 5. Unfortunately, his abilities don't help him in a team-based game like Apex, so I believe to make him a better legend he needs more a rework in his abilities than a simple buff. Now this may annoy some people, but hear me out before getting angry because I know this legend is very popular in Apex. However, I believe because of the recent events, Lifeline belongs in C tier. Now my reasoning for this is because since all the buffs that Gibraltar has received in Season 3, I believe Lifeline has become a legend that brings nothing to your team, or nothing new to your team anyway. Yes, her tactical ability, being the dock healing drone, is still quite useful, being able to heal your teammates in pressure situations, but with the recent updates to the loot pool in both Kings Canyon and World's Edge, being able to find heals isn't as difficult as it once was. Now this also brings me to what I believe needs to be changed to Lifeline to make her yet again a top tier legend in Apex, and I think it's very simple. So if you guys remember back in the Grand Soiree, when they had the Dummies Big Day LTM, you had 3 abilities, one being the dance party ability that I'd mentioned earlier with Mirage, a loot squirter basically, and an ability called the emergency area heal. Now this ability healed your whole team instantly if you were within a certain radius. Now I believe this ability should be replaced with her ultimate because yet again, with the loot pool not being as bad as at previous times in Apex, she doesn't really need a care package nowadays. But if she had a new ability that could heal a whole team instantly, it would make her even better legend in Apex and may even be a top tier legend once again. Now let's head into B tier where we start with Crypto. So if you guys asked me at the start of Season 3, where would Crypto be on this tier list, he would be neck and neck with Mirage in D tier. However, since Crypto has been buffed a few times since then, he's actually become a decent legend in Apex. Being able to send out a drone to scout out an area is actually quite useful. But with his recent buff being able to use an EMP, and his teammates taking no damage or static effects, this almost makes him the ultimate team player. Because of this buff to Crypto, he is also being used a lot more in ranked. Because his EMP has the chance to snag multiple assist kills to easily get ranking points. So if you guys are looking for ranking points, Crypto may be your guy to use. But unfortunately, his drone may be his upside, it can also be his downfall. Because he has to be a very stop-start kind of legend, being handicapped to his drone and having to be inside the drone to use it, he can easily be shot by an incoming enemy squad, or at the very least can be harder to play ultra aggressive Bloodhound. So yet again, if you ask me him in early season 3, where would Bloodhound be on this tier list, I would probably have to say in D tier. However, with Bloodhound getting a few buffs since then, I believe that Bloodhound fits well in B tier. With Bloodhound's tactical ability spanning a longer radius now since a recent buff, Bloodhound has become more of a scouter rather than a rusher, but I don't really see this as terribly a bad thing for Bloodhound. Now with Bloodhound's ultimate, this is also very good. Being able to move faster and being able to see enemies in red is very useful. Plus, an added bonus to this ability, if Bloodhound knocks an enemy inside his ultimate, it adds on an extra 5 seconds. This does make Bloodhound a great legend to use if you want to just have some fun. If there is a downside to Bloodhound, it is probably the fact that there is really no way to sneak up on enemy squads, because both of Bloodhound's abilities, his tactical and ultimate, they both let enemy squads know that you're right there and about to fight. Now, this is probably the reason why I believe Bloodhound is a B tier legend. Continuing in B tier, the next legend on this list is Watson. Now if you were asking me to do a tier list on legends for only ranked mode in Apex, then Watson would most likely be an S tier. However, because Watson is really not that useful outside of ranked, I don't believe she can go any higher than B tier at this stage. Because of her abilities though, in my opinion, she can't go any lower than B tier either because of how good she is in ranked. However, obviously there are very useful parts to Watson, which I'll mention now. Being able to lock off an area with her fences is clutch when it comes to endgame positioning. And her ultimate, being her trophy system, is also very useful, especially if you're locked in a certain area and being bombarded by grenades or other throwables. I guess I'll agree that Watson is definitely the best legend, or defensive legend, for ranked play. However, if you want to just have some fun, get some high kill games, or at the very least play aggressively, I don't think Watson is the best for this, and is why I've placed her in B tier. The last legend that I've placed in B tier is Revenant. So before his recent buff, yet again I would probably have put Revenant in D tier. However, with Revenant's recent buff I've put him in B tier. So Revenant's recent buffs to his totem, giving him an extra half of health, or anyway once the totem giving half health if you return to the totem, and the radius of the death protection being increased, has almost put him in A tier. However, I still think he's just a little bit off of A tier, just because I believe that other legends are a little bit better, so I've placed it in B tier. So if you guys watched my previous Road to Ranked video, by the way if you haven't, I strongly urge that you do, but anyway, if you haven't seen it, I used Revenant in that episode, and he's very good at getting some good games in because of his ultimate. Because you can actually almost use it as a scouting tool, being able to go into death protection with no risk of dying, quickly checking an area and seeing if there's any enemies around can actually be really clutch, especially in a high intense endgame. So really the only reason why I haven't put Revenant in A tier is simply because I just don't think he's good enough to be in an A tier legend. I feel like other legends just a little bit better, but who knows. Maybe in future tier list episodes he may be a little bit higher. So let's get into the high tier legends and place our first A tier legend in this tier list, and we'll start with Caustic.
Ew! What the fuck?
Now the only reason for this is because I love my big boy Caustic, and the only reason why I didn't put him in S tier is because everyone watching this would be butthurt if I placed him that high. Alright, relax, I'm joking. But I have placed Caustic in A tier for a reason, and it's pretty simple. Because of the recent update giving all low profile legends a nerf, I believe Caustic has jumped higher in the ranks because of his fortified ability. Now, this ability allows Caustic to take 15% less damage to incoming projectiles and bullets. However, I just simply can't put Caustic in S tier because there are ways to combat the big boy, and I believe the legends in S tier are much stronger. So the next legend on this list is Bangalore. Now I don't know why Bangalore doesn't get much love in this game, whether it's crappy skins, no buffs or nerfs, no heirloom before Octane, considering she was here first. I can't believe that, it's like bullshit. Anyway, she really, since day dot, hasn't received much love in Apex. However, I'll give her some love right now and put her at A tier. Bangalore is a very good legend to play as, if you want to play aggressively, or in ranked mode. Her passive ability is very good, being her double run, to get out of high pressure situations, and her smoke grenades can be also very clutch in certain situations as well. However, my only gripe with Bangalore is the fact that her ultimate is so similar to Gibraltar's, but also worse at the same time. So for this reason alone, I can't put Bangalore any higher than A tier, but I still believe Bangalore is a great legend to use in Apex. Alright, now I'm sorry to all the Pathfinder mains out there, but the last legend in A tier is Pathfinder. I'm sorry, alright? But I just can't put Pathfinder in S tier because of the recent nerf to low profile legends. Without this nerf to Pathfinder, this would have made him in S tier. But because of this nerf, and that alone, Pathfinder misses out on S tier. Again, I'm sorry to all the Pathfinder mains out there, but I just can't put him in S tier because of this nerf. Alright, well guys, we're up to the final two legends, and they have both made S tier. So we'll start with Wraith. Now let's get into the reason why Wraith has made S tier over Pathfinder. Okay, yes, both have the low profile passive ability, however Wraith's other abilities are the reason why she is made S tier. Her tactical ability, being her phase ability, being able to phase out of situations and taking no damage is so unique and has been nerfed so many times because it is just so powerful. And also her ultimate ability, being able to make portals to use in a variety of different ways, like getting around corners just to move into a safe position to res a teammate, or even just as simple as moving you and your teammate quicker to the next fight, or even just a simple location change. This is the reason why I believe Wraith is still a top tier legend to this day. Alright, the last legend is Gibraltar. I hate Gibraltar. The end, that's it. Alright, relax, wait a minute. Now Gibraltar was for the first two seasons, the worst legend by far. However, in season 3 and 4, Gibraltar has quickly become the best legend in Apex, and I think he needs a nerf in season 5. Now I think it's just simple. I think just get rid of his gun shield, and make his passive ability the fact that he can res teammates quicker in his dome, which he already has, so at least people can have a chance to beat Gibraltar in a 1v1. At the moment, it is near impossible. So guys, that's my tier list done and dusted. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on this video and also subscribe to the channel for more Apex Legends content. Anyway guys, Tilly Dog will catch us all later.